Good times.
Yeah. So that's to me, that's a huge thing. I mean, I could probably do an entire video on that, but that's kind of like a huge piece of misunderstanding that I've seen for many years pertaining to Genesis 15. They don't understand that Abraham is a priest. He's doing priestly duties with priestly details according to Torah. He has an altar according to Jubilees 15. He's not throwing things on the ground. This is him doing it right. Yeah.
Yes, he is. The righteous way.
The righteous way. So I got summarized here in Genesis 15. Yahweh sends an angel to Abraham to assure him he will have a child. Many descendants will come from that and forever possess the land in which he is currently sojourning. I love what you read there where he asks, how will I know I will possess it, Yahweh? And Yahweh's like, set up an altar. I'm about to give you a vision. So look, what we just explained with the threshold covenant, and when he woke up from the vision, he sees the smoke and the fire passing through the pieces. Guys, that's passing through the pieces on the altar. This is nothing new for Yahweh. This is not some special occasion. This is the same thing we see in Leviticus 8 when the glory of Yahweh from the angel of the presence that's there lights the fire of the sacrifice. This is the same thing we see in 1 Kings chapter 8. The glory of Yahweh from the angel of the presence that descends into the new temple that Solomon built and lights the sacrifice. This is the same thing we see in Judges chapter 6 with Gideon, where he touches the altar with his stick and lights the fire of the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like there's multiple examples of 1 Kings 19 or 18 with Elijah on Mount Carmel. God from heaven sends fire down and lights the sacrifice.
Because you don't want strange fire.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is the father is Abraham has a vision, and this is where he goes into the dark moment of terror. It's horrible wording in my opinion. They should just say he's having a vision.
Yeah.
A darkness and a terror came upon him. I don't really understand why they use that terminology, but clearly this is a moment just like all the other appointed times. Guys, this is happening on Shavuot. How many times does an angel show up in these occasions on Shavuot? That's a whole nother study that we could do.
Pentecost, right? Acts 2, nothing new.
Yeah. And this is a wonderful moment where at this moment of renewing the covenant, Abraham is asking the father, how will I know that what you're promising me is truly going to happen? And the father's like, cool. Do the Shavuot sacrifice that's required. I'm about to give you a vision. I'm going to show you the future. What does he see in the future, Wes? According to the box of Abraham.
Okay. The kingdom, right? Yeah.
He's the kingdom
and the saints resurrected into it and all that comes with that.
Yeah, which is the land he's promised to inherit. He's going to see Yeshua as well. He's going to see, that which is the day of Yeshua that he gets to see, the promise fulfilled. So like the father, this is such a huge moment that I feel like Judaism has stole from us, from understanding Abraham's intimate connection with the father and how the father affirmed what he promised him. Yes, Abraham believed and it was credited to his righteousness. We're going to cover that here in a minute. But the father doesn't ask you to believe blindly. He shows his prophets, and in Genesis chapter 20, Abraham is called a prophet specifically. He shows his prophets visions of the future to affirm the covenant promises all throughout Scripture. So, this is just another example of that's kind of been shaded over because of the wording as it's passed down to us. And I just hope to bring a little bit of clarity with that. So
cool. You did. That helped me.
Yeah. Oh, have you wondered about that?
Well, I've seen you talk about it in other videos, but something clicked for me today to help me understand it better.
Yeah, it's a beautiful moment, especially when you add in Jubilees and the Epochs of Abraham, and you just kind of get that more well-rounded idea, But Torah, even if you didn't have Jubilees and the Epochs of Abraham, Torah, as listed from Exodus through Deuteronomy, should also help you interpret Genesis 15 and what Abraham's doing and why he's being promised this. And so, yeah, it just requires a little bit more advanced application of knowing Torah, whereas Jubilees and Epochs of Abraham just flat out tell you what's happening, So
yeah. Context creates comprehension. You can't defend truth without knowing the word.
Yeah,